Hola, welcome to this edition of DURKO's Notebook for the 2023 Spanish Grand Prix. Got a lot to talk about, so pull up a pew, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. You wouldn't fucking read about it. Since 1968, the Spanish Grand Prix has been a recurring calendar event for the F1 circus. And for many of those years, well, at least the last 30 since 1992, they've always raced at the Circuit Catalunya outside Barcelona. Prior to that, it was run at a fixed circuit outside Madrid. And of course, they were open to the European Grand Prix between 2008 and 2012 at the absolute rubbish circuit known as the Valencia Street Circuit. There is a current threat with Catalonia being under contract till 2026, and after that they could lose to another street circuit in Madrid. Now, I'm calling upon Stefano Domenicali to say stop this shit idea of going to more and more street circuits just because you think it looks good and you think it's good for the marketing. We as real F1 fans want to see the dedicated fixed circuits be the pinnacle for what the racing should be about. Not this shit street circuit stuff time after time after time because you want to put on this event. Sorry, fuck that. I'm sick of it. We're going to stick to the bloody fixed circuits. It's just shit that we're going to these street circuits, just one after the other, just rubbish. And they just produce shit racing. Anyway, that's me blowing off. Overall, it wasn't much of a weekend for F1 racing in Spain, so to speak. The Mercs in quali, they had a bit of a funny come together because there was clearly a massive miscommunication there between both sides of the garage, and Hamilton's gone up the side of George and obviously bent the nose. I really wonder if it's going to cause a rift between them because Lewis has hinted in the media he's going to re-sign this week with Merck for whatever price of however long we don't know yet. But I wonder if the tension's there between those two and it may become, as somebody said the other day, it could become another Hamilton-Rosberg shit show and they try and take each other out at each corner possible. We'll just have to wait and see what comes of that, of course. It was a great one-lap wonder, effectively, for Lando Norris to get third on the grid. And that was the end of the McLaren weekend because after that it just went to shit. And obviously Norris ended up the back at the finish of the race. So overall, the race wasn't that exciting. I was there the whole time watching it, just waiting for something to happen. Something exciting, and that was to some degree displayed by the midfield. It was good battles there, especially. It was weird to see Alonso struggling so much at his home race. Stroll ended up beating him, which is a miracle in itself. But the Aston Martins were just off the pace this weekend for some weird reason because they've shown so much great form. Then they come up with this, but there was a coming together between Tsunoda and Joe, and Joe's taken obviously the exit route, gone around the two bollards cones. He's come back on. Now, for some stupid reason, the dickhead steward's given Tsunoda a 5-second penalty, which knocked him out of the points. I think it was unfair. I think it was a racing incident. Neither car was damaged. Tsunoda could have given the position back, dropped back to 10th, and Joe got 9th. But I think the 5-second penalty was just absolute bullshit. It was just too harsh. But as I said, the rest of the midfield was some decent racing, and obviously the Haas had a good qualifying session to get into Q3. The Hulk did a good job there, but then obviously they came up with the world's slowest pit stops possible, and that's obviously dragged them back down the field, and they're out of the points. So for me, not one of the most exciting races I've watched in a long time. I certainly hope when we go to Canada in a couple of weeks, it's going to be more exciting, because I certainly love that circuit. And, I can just hope there's a decent race there to bring some excitement back to what so far has been a bit of a mixed season, really. Changing the guard at the front, especially with the Aston Martin and their form up until the last race in Spain, obviously. So that's it. Only a quick notebook today. Not much to talk about, obviously, because of the lack of on-track action, really. So I'll be back in a couple of weeks with a notebook for the Canadian Grand Prix. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.